like this video and subscribe right now, or this man will kidnap you in your sleep, and that will be fun. I would think so, really. So subscribe now.
Hello, it's Happy Horse, and sorry I've been gone for a while. I've been really busy with some stuff, but today I'm back. So today we're going to be reviewing every single dry form in the Keyblade story. We're going to be ranking them based on their abilities and their magic. So let's get started with Valverde, alright? So Valverde, I would say it's a decent form for starting off, but getting it is actually pretty difficult. So you start off with a couple hits, combos. It's people here. Hold on. So it has very good so how to describe it? It has very good combos. A good multiple attacks. Goes on for a while. It's very hard to block. I'll test on these players right now. Look. Okay, he's dead. He resetted. The magic though, I would rate it. Hold on, I'm saying quick Sterafest. Bye. So the magic, it's still the same as if you're in another form, which is unfortunate. Well, it's not really unfortunate. It's not really a magic form. It's more of an attack form than a magic form. So if I had to give it a rating out of 1 out of 10, I'll probably give it a 7 because of how much good its combos are. Next form, please. So here we have Wisdom. Wisdom is my personal favorite form in this game because just the amount of using magic you use. Also, it's pretty good long range weapon that does good amount of damage depending on how powerful you are. Its magic is really good because not only that you can move with it, but it lasts way more longer too. That's 3. And I was able to use 3 thunder and 1 fire using Wisdom form. Meanwhile, if you're in a normal form, you're going to use 2 fire, either 3 fire or 2 thunder, depending on your magic. So if I had to, its combos, let's see, it's not really useful at long range unless you're you're using a magic like this for example. So let's see, rating out of 10, I would give it a 9. It would be a 10 out of 10 if it had more attacks. All right. Okay. What else? Let's see. What else about it? It's actually a really useful form if you're in like something like raid mode or something like that. If you're like or going against a form boss, because you could just snipe them like that. All right. Next form, please. All right. Next is Master Form. Master Form is a combination of Wisdom and Valor form, allowing it to have its attacks, and its magic at the same time. Unfortunately, it doesn't have as much magic as you are in Wisdom form, but it still has its same attacks as if you're in Valor form, except a bit slight more. But honestly, as I'm trying it right now, I feel like it has less attacks right now. It's just like a little fancy animation. That's all I'm seeing so far. Okay, so you use your magic a bit more quicker. I just realized that right now. But it's already depleted, which is I don't get why it is. If it's a combination of Wisdom and Master, or Wisdom and Valor. Something I must get. If it's supposed to be Valor at the same time. Then why do I have less combos than usual? The only good I'm seeing about this is I'm able to use magic while I'm moving still. So I'll probably give this a 6 out of 10, just because it's basically a child. Like a child Wisdom and Valor created, but it's still weak. It's basically nerfed. All right, next form. Okay, we're done with that. Alrighty, so our next form is Final Form, which is I would just say it's good for color, that's all. But in PvP, it's actually pretty useless in PvP because all these looks like it's doing a lot of damage, but it's really not. Your magic is gone already. I was only able to use 1 thunder and 1 fire, which is it's really downfall. So if you're in raid mode or doing something, I recommend not using the magic and just save your magic up for healing, because otherwise it's just gonna be a waste. It's only useful for a big crowd too, because it's taking me a while to kill these people as well. Like, I got my magic back, it could begin. Look at it. Gone. Why is it waste so fast though? I don't get it. It's supposed to be the best form in the game. Like, I get it how it is. It's the range is more extended. I see how it's going. But I'm only doing like 15 damage per hit. I'm doing all these fancy combos. But I just barely killed him right now, so see if what should its rating be? I think I'll give it a 6 as well. Like, it's just not that useful to me. Like, if I had a chance, I'll probably just stay with either Wisdom or Master Form in this game. Like, oh look, he's struggling. Another thing, look. All the magic. 2, 3, 4. That's only 4 ice. Not pretty useful. So last, we have a form that's pretty hard to get. It's anti-form. I've seen like one person with this. It's very hard to get. There's like 4 bosses to fight. They all have a million health. But if you get it, I think it's worth it. But at the same time, it's not worth it. It has a different slide attack. It has more combos. Unfortunately, I don't think you can't use magic in this form, which makes sense because in the game you can't use magic as well. I don't think it could be healed as well, but it's really good for long range attacks if you're in the crowd as well. It's pretty quick as well, as you can see. When you go, you get to like a heartless looking form, as you can see. It's basically Riku as a heartless. That's all I have to say about it, but it's actually pretty decent considering it does. Hold on. Looks like it does 12. It sounds like it does 12 attacks at once, but the downside is you lose all your dry form that fast. I only had it for a few seconds and it's already gone. So I'll give this form a 4 out of 10 just because you can't use magic, so it means you can't heal, you can't use thunder. It's only good for a crowd, a small crowd at least. I wouldn't recommend using this in the raid mode. Sorry, I had to burp. Let's see what else. Yeah, it's gonna be a 4 out of 10. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. I just wanted to give you a little review on the forms in this game. I have some news for it though. It's gonna become an RPG soon. If you don't know the RPG, it's a role-playing game. I used to play another Kingdom Hearts game that was also an RPG, but it kind of died off. Sooner or later, the RPG of this game will be released. When it comes out, I'll make a video on it. I'll put its link down in the description when it happens. Yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right there. Leave a like. Share it to others. We're almost at 50, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.